And what would you say are the rumors that have kind of persisted?
Well, this is one of the biggest ones, that I'm homophobic. Although there's not 1 ounce of evidence. No, I would challenge anyone to provide any public comment or attitude or anything that ever proves that I've been rude or cruel or hateful or mean or ever made a homophobic remark. I have several friends that are gay. There are many friends of mine that worked on my Star Trek production who are gay. I attended a transsexual friend's wedding.
So courtesy of Nick Rekieta, we have the final part of Vic Mignogna's deposition now having to be made public, and during this deposition we do actually find out more information about the case itself, involving both Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi, Vic Mignogna's case against these allegations made against him, and many other considerable factors that we are going to be discussing on today's video. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and want to be kept up to date with all things involving Vic Mignogna, Monica Rial, Ron Toye, and many of the news and updates involving the Vic Mignogna case, then be sure to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. Be sure to go on ahead and slap a like down below by giving this video a big thumbs up if you guys do stand with Vic, as well as making sure to check out and subscribe to my main channel over at UnrealNetwork, and follow me at Twitter at UnrealNetwork to stay connected with me at all times. And if you have anything you would like to share or tag me in involving Vic Mignogna or any of the parties involved in this case, then be sure to go on ahead and follow me at Twitter. Now, we all know that the people that do support Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi and all those that believe that Vic Mignogna is guilty in this case have been tossing out this idea that Vic Mignogna had been some sort of a child enthusiast per se and preyed upon little kids. So let's go on ahead and take a look at what Vic had to say straight from his own mouth about the accusations made against him for preying on little children.
You kind of apologize in that letter to people you've made feel uncomfortable. Was there anybody in particular you were thinking, or was it just more of a generic?
No, it was generic. It was the idea of somebody that I might have hugged for a photo that didn't say anything at the time, but of course they went home and posted about how they didn't appreciate it or something, and I apologize to those people for not being sensitive to that.
Now, were there allegations floating around after January 16, 2019 that you were a pedophile?
Well, people have been throwing that word around for,
For what?
Well, just for a while.
About you?
Yes.
For how long?
I don't know.
I mean, when's the first time you can recall?
I don't recall. Like I said, there are people out there that see me hugging someone for a photo in front of 300 other people and 25 video cameras. It's purely for the photo, and they decide somehow that I'm a pedophile. There is no evidence of that. There's no proof of it. There are no charges. There are no convictions.
And Vic isn't wrong in this stance, in the fact that there are so many cameras at these conventions. There are so many people that attend his lines and want to have a picture taken with him or want something signed by him. If Vic had made any sort of inappropriate comment or had done anything inappropriate, don't you think that by now every single person that attended these conventions and waited for him online would have already seen and or recorded this and reported this to the police, to staff? But instead, like Vic said, they go home and they make up these stories, especially when involving kids. If that were to be the case and Vic Mignogna were to be proven guilty in that fashion, then of course, lock him up, but there's no irrefutable evidence to support the narrative that he's doing that to children in front of everybody. That would only imply that people that stand against Vic are trying to say that those that are in attendance are absolutely stupid not to notice what he's doing, because that in and of itself is extremely condescending and extremely vague, and not to mention very wrong as well.
And if you turn to page 2...
and for the record, I am not remotely homophobic.
Okay. Turn to page 2 of Exhibit 21.
And the lobby at Funimation, she publicly posted that and then went on to say that she wanted my head on a stake and wanted my balls in a sling and has posted many extremely vitriolic comments.
And how's that defamatory?
Because she's a voice actress in my industry, and people will tend to give her more credence because they think, oh, well, she knows him. She must, her words must carry more weight than some fan, some miscellaneous fan out there.
So Vic makes it clear, just because someone that was once considered to be close to him comes out in the public in fabricating a lie, according to Vic Mignogna's testimony on simply having to playfully interact with Jamie and Monica, does not imply that the statements being put out there by said individual is empirical based on their own experience, because again, experiences based on ourselves as individuals are all subjective. We all have our own subjective experiences with said individuals. As an example, some people have good subjective experiences with Vic, others do not. But again, that is all based on subjective pragmatics. But again, what Vic is implying here is the fact that a lot of people only simply believed Jamie because she was considered to be close with him, whereas many of the people in the public were not.
And this is the tweet that you put out the day after you had the discussion on the Reasonable Rangers website about encouraging people to go out and talk about you in positive light.
I don't remember the dates. Again, I was in quite a distressed place at this point, and I don't remember when. I wasn't going to respond. As I said just a minute ago, I had kind of gotten to the point where, you know what, don't encourage it, don't respond. And so for the first several days, I didn't respond. And then this was the first public response.
All right, and during this rumored panel, did you encourage people to go on sites and tell everybody that they were wrong about you?
I encouraged people that were my friends and supporters to be supportive.
And have you had, between the TekoshiCon panel and the January 19th discussion you had with the Risen Bull Rangers, have you ever done that in between in the last 9 years?
Not that I recall.
Now notice how they're trying to paint the narrative in blaming Vic for encouraging people to go out there and defend him when he never did such a thing. If people want to go on ahead and defend Vic on their own free will, then they can. So blaming Vic for having fans support him is the scummiest thing a person can even accuse another person for. Oh, you have people defending you, so thus you're in the wrong. No, people are entitled to defend and have stances. That's why we all have freedom of choice and freedom of will. So I don't understand why people go about this narrative in trying to scrutinize and demonize someone for having a stance. But by the end of all of this, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below about this entire situation involving Vic. If you guys do stand with Vic, let me know why. If you guys do go against Vic, also let me know why. In the comment section below of my previous videos, I had several individuals come out and basically letting me know that they've been through a very similar situation like Vic and being accused of certain things only to be found innocent. So if you guys have any stories of your own to share, any experiences, drop them in the comment section below, because you'll never know who's reading and you'll never know who you'll be helping out subconsciously with your testimony and story. So again, thank you all so much for watching once more. Be sure to go on ahead and share this video out on all social media platforms. Again, subscribe to this channel, guys, for more news, information, updates, and of course discussions. Turn on all notifications. Follow me on Twitter at UnrealNetwork. And with that being said, and with all that having to be said, I'm going to leave you guys with a small piece of the recent deposition involving Vic. Take it easy, guys.
My memory of the event with Jamie was that I had come in to record one day at Funimation, and I was in the lobby, and she was there, and she had just changed her hair somehow. She was wearing it differently, or she had cut it somehow, probably as far away as I am from Casey. And she said, "Hey, hon," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I love your hair." And she's like, "I know, I just got it." And I walked around the counter, and I was kind of standing there, kind of flipping it, and like, "Oh my gosh, it's really beautiful. I love it." And I put my hand up in the bottom of it, and I'm like, "Oh, this is great." It was not painful. It was not hurtful. It was not sexual. And it happened at least 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer. And if I may say, I saw Jamie in the lobby at Funimation in January of this year, literally a week to 10 days before this social media thing started. And she's like, "Hey, hon," and went over and hugged her and said hello. She and I have had, as far as I've known, a very casual, friendly relationship for many, many years. And I was astounded.
And have you posted that type of statement anywhere else since then?
I have said that statement several times in events that I've attended since this publicly, and I'm quite certain there are many videos online of me encouraging people to be kind and positive and be known for being a purveyor of good as opposed to negativity.
Yeah, hey Lemoyne, let me let you know something. Vic would likely hate me for hate that I will call your clients giant sacks of dog shit. Lying sacks of dog shit. That Monica is one of the worst people on earth for weaponizing a fake assault story, for weaponizing a lie to ruin someone over jealousy because she can't succeed. Because she has a cuck little boyfriend that probably doesn't please her, which is why they haven't been married for 4 years, and she can't even remember that they've been engaged for 4 years because he's that embarrassing to be with. That your clients are the scum of the earth, that they're the worst type of people because what they want is their opposition killed. They want them dead and in the ground. They want them starving. They want them out of work. They want them to be poor. They want them to be homeless, and they want them to die. Your clients are the worst people in America in 2019. They are the social justice mob. And if you don't like that it's social justice, I don't care what kind of mob it is. That's just what they happen to be a part of. They are the mob that goes after people's jobs because of their thoughts and because of their speech. And they pull on these crocodile tears. Actually, they can't pull out the tears because it's all fake. They're liars and they're cowards. They're terrible people. They're terrible people. They should be excised from society for the cancer that they are. Vic would hate that. He's never endorsed it. But guess what? Vic doesn't control anything I say or anything anyone on YouTube says or anything any of his fans say. He can just offer encouragement. And that's on Vic. Your clients being the scum of the earth is on them.